Zachary and I met almost 2 years ago. We had mutual friends, and he worked at Starbucks while he was in college. And then we ran into each other at a bar one time, and he created this nickname for me that apparently he's had for a long time, but he never had the courage to say it. He called me Freckles because I have a lot of freckles all over my face. So for the longest time, he didn't even call me by my first name.
He worked at Starbucks at the time. And I remember the first time we actually interacted together, I was extremely awkward, and we were birdies for karaoke night on a Thursday. And I kept complimenting your freckles and the fact that you weren't wearing makeup. I can't really remember if you were or not, but it didn't seem like you were. So it could be an insult or a compliment. I feel like you should take it as a compliment.
And then I knew that I fell in love with him. That was one reason, because he was seriously the sweetest person I've ever met in my entire life. When I first agreed to go on a date with him, he had overheard me saying to a friend at the coffee shop, this is when it was really busy, and I don't even know how he heard me say this, that I wanted to go to the orchestra. So our very first date was around Valentine's Day. Actually, it was on Valentine's Day, and he was pulling full shifts, and he was in clinicals because he was still in college. So he's really, really tired, and he picked me up from work at Dillard's and told me to be all dressed up, and we drove all the way to Columbus for a surprise, and he ended up surprising me with the Columbus Orchestra, and that was the very first time we ever went on a date.
Oh, I think I knew. There was one day we were sitting at your mom's, and you were getting ready in the side room, and you just like sit there and you picture it, and you're like, okay, I can see this lady getting ready in our house at the same time, just like for a normal day. And just like you can envision like the kids running around, it's just like she's getting ready, and that's just like when you knew, like, that's gonna be my wife, and she's gonna like it, hopefully. But she said yes, so obviously you do. But that's when we knew.
I didn't want to admit that I had fallen in love with him, so he had said it first, and then I didn't say it back, but he was still really patient. And after that, it just was impossible not to. So we started dating, and another year went by, and then he proposed, and I couldn't say no in front of all of my friends and family. I don't know how I didn't find out about that. Everyone else knew but me, and it was perfect. It was everything I ever wanted.
So, plans, kids, happy, family, same house? Question mark. I don't like to move. It's up to you. You get to decide. That's part of that part. Pretty sure that's in the handbook. You win, right? Love you.
After we get married, we pretty much act like a married couple already. We've bought a house. We adopted several animals that we shouldn't have. And we love them all, and they all drive me crazy, and we live such a messy, beautiful life, and this is not technically the beginning, but a beginning of a new chapter. So, can't wait to marry him.
Love is what we're doing right. That's why you both are standing here. That's why you all are here watching them stand here. We've all loved in our lifetimes. And in this moment, we're reminded that the ability to love is the best part of our humanity. All of us are here today, have our own love stories. Some are short, others are long. Some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. There are chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are exciting and full of adventure. And that brings them here. We're here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing each of your story. It's not one moment, not even this moment. It's every moment. It's big ones like saying I love you, moving in together, getting engaged, but mostly a million little ones that say I love you, that come in between the big moments. Falling asleep next to each other, making dinner together, spending holidays with your family, binge watching Netflix, to get a big hug when you get home from work. These everyday moments fuse together into one big experience. And even though this experience is so incredible, words fail us when we try to explain it. That's just the way it is with love. It's meant to be felt and not described. We all know it when we see it, and we see it here. I've seen it the first day I met you. You are about to declare a mutual promise to one another. The promise that is not easily defined. But if we must define love, we can simply call it a promise of love. It's a promise to love one another in triumph as well as defeat. It's a promise to be understanding and to always assume the best intention. It's a promise to take each individual life experience and mold them into shared adventure with one another. You are choosing to have your partner share in each one of your individual experiences so that they may empower you and you empower them. You've expressed your love one to another through the promises and choices you just made. It is with these in mind that I now pronounce you husband and wife.